arrivé au gymnasium. Train your legs, chicken fucking motherfucking legs, and a bit of care. Chicken cars. Here we go. Kicking off with some leg extensions, 7 sets in total. We did approximately 3 work sets. Now, there's no grunting, no groaning. You can't see, there's no breakdown in form. I'm not shaking like a leaf. Doesn't mean you're not pushing it to absolute failure. It just means over 30 odd years I've been able to control everything with, 4 times body weight squatting. 4 times body weight deadlifting. If you can deadlift 360 at 90 and you haven't got to scream like a bitch. Trust me, guys, once you've got the mind-muscle connection, you don't have to be making all these exogenous noises. So yeah, take a little look, have a scan, bilateral leg extensions to kick the session off with, and this is how the session went. Squats, no matter what, we keep them in there. I've got no issues with my back, no issues with legs, and I lie, because I got plenty of issues, guys. 13 operations in total, from the stomach all the way down to the fucking ankles, which would affect me being able to squat. Excuses, I call them. Excuses, nothing. There is no excuses, guys. Almost 50 years of age, back 9 weeks training, 9 under the belt. But we're still getting it on, like we're fucking on it like a Sonic. So what's your excuse? There isn't. Get under the bar, start squatting, start light, stay light if you wish. 3 different techniques today. We had a little bit of pause squatting. I'm pausing just above parallel, because you can sit deep into the hole if you want and take the tension off the quads. Keep the tension on. If anything, the lower back, the spinal erectors are holding me back at the moment. Strengthen them to be able to hold it, because that's, if you'd observe the last couple of reps, that's what starts to break down. That's the weak point at the moment. There, a little bit of a dip and a half. Watch these coming up. Narrow stance, only because of injuries prior, means I can't come wide, because the adductors, we've got 70% detachment of the tendon, the femoral tendon. I've tried squatting a bit wider. Of course, you can shift a bit more weight. It's easier to get in the pocket of the hole, but that 70% detached tendon is going to totally detach otherwise, so we always come in narrow. Pause squatting. And a funny old angle, this, it looks like well above parallel. Now, if I come from the side on, we're hitting parallel and up, but constant tension, bouncing on the heels of our feet. Not the toes, because we want to eliminate as much of the calves, the gastroc and the soleus as possible. Minor tweak, about 5 weeks back, believe it or not, jumping over a puddle because it was raining on the way back from the gym. Only now it's got to a point where I can squat again and get reasonable range of motion without it going totally ping. Then we return back to extensions for some unilateral work. Again, making it look easy. Easy like Sunday morning, na 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 na. I wanna get jacked and tanned and juicy. So jacked. If you wanna get jacked too, guys, and you can only do one session a week, my advice, get a good leg session in every single time. Only one exercise for the hamstrings today. We're doing 2 leg workouts a week now, so we will put 2 lion ham curls and SLDs, Romanian deadlifts, call them what you want, slight kink in the knee, big stretch all the way down, standing on a box or a platform to get that extra little bit of stretch, and coming up approximately for me about as high as the knee with the bar, just enough to keep the tension on the hammy strings. Abductors and adductors. These are the adductors. This is my way. I can't go out in this neither because of the detached femoral tendon, but we can still put some tension on in there to try and strengthen that area so that the other lifts. This is the main premise behind these 2 machines for me, not to actually add tissue in them areas, is the weak point, which I've got unfortunately due to major injury 20 odd years back, 20 years actually, 2005 it was, 3 weeks before the Welsh. Thought I wouldn't be able to compete, and we hobbled in just doing leg extensions in the end. Couldn't do any other movement, but it was good enough. Good enough, but not my best. Best is yet to come, they say, no matter what age you're at. What's your excuse? There isn't any. If you're watching this far, you've made it this far, and that means you've got it in you to take the next step, take it up a level, and level up. Here we go, fast reps. 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 16. Not shirking, not jerking, not chicky jerk, chicken or turkey or beef jerky. We do the hours cardio a day, obligatory. Do I need to? Because I'm lean enough? No. But I like it. So if you like something, if that's what gets you into the door of the gym, why would you eliminate it? But mister, isn't that going to stunt or retard or retent your gains? Well, no, because if you've got a component that you love doing in the gym, gets you into the door, and then you can fit the rest of the session around it, you're always going to make progress. Find out what you love, pursue it, but have a bit of balance, and balance it out with a lot of other things. A few different angles of the seated calf raise. Like I said, I haven't been able to do these properly for 3 weeks, 4 weeks, due to the torn soleus, and I didn't tear it training as it happens. It was just jumping over a little puddle on a rainy day. Landed on my toe, and boop, it just tore. Landed on my toe, and it just tore like a fucking toe poke. Tommy toe poke, back of the net, strike it, and at least if you have a strike and a crack at it, you hit the back of the net, what's the worst can happen? You miss. And you try again. And again, and again. Consistency is key. Slight flexion of the knees, so we're getting the soleus and the gastroc in. So they're a different variation of a standing calf raise. You can see I've been doing my deadlifts. There's the injury for 4 operations on that right leg in 3 days. But it did save the leg 20 years back. No, well, 23 years. 24, 25? I got no idea. Let's go back to it now. I think I was 20 years of age, so 27 years back. Unilateral squeeze, and not just squeeze, but a little double squeeze on top of each movement. We've only got a 20 kilo dumbbell in hand, but that's enough after putting a lot of volume in. And again, rest between sets on the calves I've reduced at the moment because I'm not going as heavy. But the road is long with many a winding that leads to knows where, who knows where, who knows how. 'Cause what are you? But I'm strong. Hollies, you're strong enough to see. Yes, you are. You ain't heavy, but you ain't no fucking blubber. Anyway, over and out. See you soon.
Booyaka shakalaka.
Some motherfucking bitches.